A man driving unsafe with you in a car on purpose when he's mad is an abuse people don't talk about for real.
No, because let's talk about it, right? I was with my ex for 8 months, one of my many abusive exes. And he had road rage like nobody's business. And I had expressed this to him so many times, saying that like I really didn't like when he drove fast. I didn't like the way he did certain things. It would scare me and it would stress me out. There was one time we were going someplace and this guy like cut him off and then slammed on his brakes in front of us, and we were at a red light. And so my ex gets out the car, goes up to his window, is banging on his window, spits on this man, cusses him out. And I'm just sitting there like, what am I supposed to do? Because this could go left. Well, he gets back in the car and I'm like, what did you say to him? And he's like, you don't want to know. It was really disrespectful, but whatever. And I was like, babe, why did you do that though? Like, like, you just put me, like, what if somebody jumped out of the passenger seat? And like, then what am I supposed to do? Like, you just put us both in a very unsafe situation. And he would always explain and say how it doesn't matter. He's not going to be disrespected. And if he gets disrespected, he's going to do what he needs to do. Mind you, though, when him and I would get into arguments, especially when we're when we're in the car, he would go from whatever the speed limit was to like 20 miles over the speed limit. And then he'd be swerving in and out of the car or in and out of cars. And I would be holding on for dear life in the car. Like, can you calm down? Like, can you stop? And of course, anytime it would be my fault why that was happening. And then also the other times when he would speed and drive super crazy, it was my fault that we were late somewhere. But it was never my fault. It was always his fault because we would be late going somewhere. But nobody talks about that though, because you're trapped in a vehicle with somebody and you have no control over the situation, and they're using a part of their power to coerce you, manipulate you, gaslight you, control you, scare you, and use it as a fear tactic. And I don't think I've ever actually talked about this before. So I think that was a really good point to bring up because it's true. They use it as a way to control you, can manipulate the situation and everything that's going on. And they use it to make sure that you know that you need to be afraid of them. Like, they know that you're afraid of them in that moment and there's nothing that you can do. And then on top of that, like, they could literally take things into their own hands and it could be bad for the both of us. But yes, it's a level of abuse that is not very talked about.